So, how you guys doing this week?
Doing good.
All right. Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
We have the final week of the Solstice of Heroes.
I've completed it. I'm good.
That doesn't surprise me, Draft.
I still got a few things to do. I put off a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
I still need to get my last two characters to their purple. Which for my Titan consists of a Nightfall and the missions, and then I still got some grindy stuff to do on my Warlock. But nothing I can't finish in the next couple days.
Nice. And Draft, you're done, obviously.
Yeah, I got the ship on Thursday.
Nice.
I got home from work. I had one Crucible win, and it took me 3 rounds.
Nice. So, I've decided I will not be getting my Warlock or Hunter their armor because work is throwing all and everything at us right now. So I'm like, I have no time.
Yeah,
but it's okay. At least my Titan's done, and that's really all that matters to me. Sorry, guys. I know. Even though I'm having a lot of fun as my Hunter now, which is, I think some people would say blasphemy to say, but it's really actually kind of fun to play as a Hunter.
Oh yeah.
But, Drafty, thanks for being an only man. We appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Been a long time coming.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
All right.
You hopped on in the lounge, in the VIP, and was like, "Hey guys, hint, hint, I'm off this weekend." And we're like, "Hint, hint, you up at 9:30 a.m.?"
Get over here.
Yeah. Thank you. That's the perfect way to put it.
If I sleep until 7:30, I slept in even on a weekend.
Oh yeah. Same.
I'm up between 3 and 4 for work, so.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, so when I'm getting off work, you're waking up to go to work. Because I get off, I get off work at like 3:30. So, all right. So we both had this basically. We're all night crew, early shift type of shenanigans.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, my typical shift is 5:30 to 3.
Oh, God. So you go to bed early then, huh?
About 9 or 10.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I remember having that shift. I was starting to get sleepy at like 8:30 at night. It's terrible.
Yeah, there's times where I've fallen asleep during the raid.
As you hear Pete eat my couch. So, how have you guys? How's your week in Destiny been? Like, any interesting drops? Any new things? I haven't played this week, so I'm asking you guys, living vicariously through you.
Well, the Crucible Labs is quite interesting.
I may not have played a whole lot of Destiny this past week. Which, yeah, I played like one entire match, or no, 3 like entire matches of Iron Banner before I realized I actually had already finished everything. So it's like, yeah, I'm all right.
I'll have a little bit more of a grind next season.
Like I said, I did a few things for my armor, but yeah, not a lot of Destiny time.
Is what you've been playing rhyme with Paladins?
Perhaps, maybe, could be a thing. We can get into that a little later.
Yeah, after a warning.
Yeah. But no, I've been playing a few things. And,
yeah.
But yeah. Just not a whole lot of Destiny.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also fired up in Forza yesterday and just had some fun.
Ooh.
Just had to change the pace a little bit.
Yeah. Today's going to be my game day.
Oh, yeah.
Because, with the car, damn near trying to kill me and everything else that's been
I
happening.
know, right?
I haven't had much time to do anything, so I will be getting in anything and everything tonight, being it's game time.
Yeah. Especially certain things happening in certain places.
That may or may not require a warning.
But speaking of that, I guess we can go ahead and hop into the TWAB, because there is a surprise for people coming September the 1st.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, September 1st. Yes, there it is. 1st. September 1st for 24 hours from 10 a.m. PDT on the 1st to 10 a.m. PDT on the 2nd. Everyone who has Destiny 2 can play Gambit.
No, that is pretty awesome.
Yes.
I get to play Gambit again.
Oh, yeah. You did get to play it.
One of those guys. Yeah. do we really need him on? I mean, no, I'm kidding.
Cut his mic. Cut his mic.
God, you lucky piece of crap. Anyway.
Oh
God.
It took a while to get up there, but
Yeah, I heard the line was like hours long. Like the wait was like hours.
Oh.
yeah, I think we were in line for 4 hours, but it didn't seem like it because I was in line with Got Turkey, Cyborg Sasquatch, and my cousin.
Oh, nice.
So we were all just chilling in line, BSing, and so it made it go by quicker.
Yeah, good derp fams. Oh yeah, okay, all right. Sorry. I just had an entire momentary loss of all cognitive function right there. I was staring at the screen very slack-jawed. It's just
Man, this is pretty.
Let's see. I know, right? Also, speaking of Gambit, thanks to via Twitter, apparently a non-pig has come across some interesting information, a description about the Drifter. Claiming that he might have loose ties to the rogue gunslinger Redacted.
What rogue gunslinger do we know of?
Well, you see, that's the thing. The only Guardian that we've had to be referred, or actually not even referred to, and has had their name stricken from the record, was the former name of Dresden Yor.
Oh, yeah.
But even though it wasn't in game, it's like the intent was to have Dresden be Rez Lazir. But that was a Titan, not a gunslinger. So either it's someone else, or this might be the closest thing to a retcon Bungie has. And technically still isn't retcon, because again, that information never actually made it into the quote-unquote canon. But it's going to be interesting to find out who Drifter is.
Oh, yeah. And they already said he's a human, right? He's not he's not Guardian?
He is a rogue. He is definitely a rogue light bearer.
Okay, so he is a Guardian.
No. Like I said, his only description is a rogue light bearer. He does not. Apparently, whatever happened, whatever he was pre Vanguard.
Oh.
So I mean,
Maybe.
Guardian light bearer. I mean, it's nomenclature, semantics. It just means that chances are, if he was any kind of light bearer involved, it was just, again, directly before the Vanguard was made.
Yeah.
So technically, no, he's not. He's never been a Guardian, probably. I mean, who knows? He might have been a Warlord.
Oh, that would have been a nice little twist.
I know, right?
Or maybe even more of a twist here. Spinfoil had on early in the show. He went by the name of Redrix.
Possibly. I mean, I'm interested to find out exactly if they will go into his depths a little more. Because, like I said, the only person we've known that has had their name stricken from the record was the former name of Dredge Junior.
Mm-hmm.
And now this guy, who might have ties to, he may not be, like I said, Dredge Junior, but maybe has ties. Mm. I wonder if he could be a shadow of Yor. Huh. Anyhow. Yes, speaking of putting the spinball hat on, good lord. They're also have confirmed. Is this? Yeah. This is where they confirm the time of the raid, like when it launches.
Yeah.
Hallelujah! They're actually giving us time. They're giving us like a week and a half.
Mm-hmm. Not 2 days.
Yeah, because the raid is actually going live September the 14th. So 10 days after Forsaken goes live, the raid will go live. That's definitely, I think the only time they did that was maybe, I think the closest we've come to that was like Vault of Glass. When D1 launched, I think we had like a week or two.
Or several.
Might have been 2 for normal mode, and then like another like month for hard.
I was a taken test. I don't remember the launch of any raids before D2.
Drafty's going to have the raid done before anybody.
No. My first Leviathan wasn't until like November. I've only got 1 Spire clear.
I have none.
Yeah. None.
We've come close a few times. I mean, we've actually hit the. We can consistently get to the second encounter. I mean, the second phase of Kaoler. But yeah, we still haven't had a clean like Kaoler run. Good God, that fight is just like, ugh.
Is that the boss?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he is like so mechanically heavy that it is like ridiculous. Because literally every little thing that you do in Spire of the Stars is repeated in the final Kaoru fight. I mean, like every little thing, pretty much. But yeah, it's very interesting. Oh yeah, and the next phrase is called Last Wish.
That's interesting.
I know, right? Very interesting. On like possible connotations of things happening to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I still hope Aldrin is a douchebag. I don't mind him being controlled, but he still needs to happily kill Kate, basically, in my eyes. It's like he can't be redeemable. Yeah, he still needs to be a douchebag at some level.
So, yeah, there is no like redeeming factor for you, bud. You have to be a dick. You can't be a nice guy. You have to be an asshole.
Let's see. They do also go into a lot of information about the new mods coming out. I say a lot of information, but a lot of this information can also be fairly confusing. I like the fact that they like changed Josh Hamrick's name like twice throughout this entire thing.
Yeah.
They introduce him as Ham Slamrick. That's always cool. And in fact, when they first introduced him, they introduced him as design lead Joe Shamrock. And then, like I said, it's like Ham Slamrick. This is a Cosmo post, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay. Yes, it is. Let's see. Because they go on about the fact that Year 2 mods are actually going to be rarer in current mods. Yeah, although the stream showcased a huge stockpile of mods, when you can't give yourself an unlimited number of mods using a debug build, you'll find these items are intentionally rare. Mm-hmm. And then specifically, year 2 mods come from the following sources. All exotic armor drops, regardless of year, have a chance to come equipped with a mod. Non-raid year 2 legendary weapons and armor drops have a small chance to come equipped with a mod. You are free to keep the weapon should that particular weapon and mod combo suit your needs, or you may choose to dismantle the weapon to break out the mod for use elsewhere. You may pull mods out of gear for use in other gear by dismantling the original item they dropped in. Alternatively, should you want the item but not the mod, you can choose to slot in a new mod over the old one. So it is definitely that choice that we were talking about before. Mm-hmm. Like, it really creates this dichotomy. It's like, is it a good roll? Do you really want to keep the weapon? Or do you really want that mod you're after that can go great elsewhere?
I like it.
Yeah, I like that. Like I said, that feeling of choice.
Mm-hmm.
Actually is really, really cool. Let's see. If you have the mod components and glimmer necessary to feed your habit, you may choose to go straight to Banshee 44, the gunsmith, who will still have 2 mod packages available for purchase. You can direct buy year 2 armor mod, updated daily, or direct buy year 2 weapon mod, again updated daily. I wonder if that's like a single buy thing, or if it's just like it kind of is now, where you just have 2 choices to buy, and if you have it, it's like, oh, you can have this. So, yeah. It's like possibly stock up on a particular mod a couple times, or if it might just be, here's your one, see you tomorrow. Let's see. You may acquire mod components for trading with Banshee 44 by dismantling other loose mods. Year 2 armor mods always drop 1 mod component when dismantled. Year 1 legendary armor mods always drop 1 mod component when dismantled. Year 1 rare armor mods have a small chance of dropping 1 mod component when dismantled. So it's pretty much the same thing with weapons as well. So I guess, because they made mention that the mods would change a bit, but I guess mod components are becoming a little more, are just being kind of repurposed. Because we have mod components now, so I don't know, boss.
And the mods we have now all get turned into mod components for the next season, right?
I mean,
most of them.
Here's the thing about old mods. Let me tell you something. Year 1 armor mods in your inventory will cease to work.
Oh, cool.
But can be dismantled or traded for materials. And they show a nice little screenshot of this. Looks like Arc Paragon mod, an arms armor mod. This mod has been depreciated. Dismantle to clear space and reclaim useful components. So, yeah.
Oh. So all the stuff we have now is pretty much useless.
Yes. Your stuff is literally... from what I've like read before, I didn't think they were going to do this. Mm-hmm. Like, literally just pretty much cut off your old mods. Because they made mentions like, well, of course, I mean, it does kind of make sense because Game Informer has been like, well, you'll want to immediately go to Banshee because your old mods are going to be useless. I thought that was just because the new mods are great. No, apparently, literally, they're cutting off all our old mods. So, yeah, they'll stay slotted into your armor. But, yeah, they will not be usable, basically. They'll just be sitting there looking pretty. Mm. So stop worrying about modding your armor.
Yeah. So stop right now. Just put on your Solstice of Heroes armor and just keep going.
Seriously, I mean, it's not going to... It's really not going to matter. Which I stopped a while back anyway.
Well, unless you're doing extremely high-end activity, it really doesn't matter much anyways. You're running around 385, and most of the stuff is 300.
Yeah.
I know, right?
350. You're high enough over that the mod isn't going to really make that big of a difference.
Seriously, like 5 power isn't... I mean, even then, if you're actually running something that does require 385, you could still do it fairly simply at 380. I mean, it's not that necessary to get that extra 5. But yeah. Let's see. And that was all by Ham. I'm going to be invading your Gambit games real quick like Rick. I love Cosmos TWABs. And here's a surprise. We get a sneak peek at the 2.0 patch notes. So here's some interesting changes. For hunters, it's what the TWAB starts with, all right? And it's Cosmo. You gotta tell. You gotta pick up these things. Marksman dodge is now considered a reload, which means it can interact with Kill Clip and Rat King. Exotic armor. Celestial Nighthawk will grant 33% of your super energy back if a target is killed by the golden gunshot.
Oh, God.
Excuse me? Excuse me? I get a third of my super back for killing something with my Nighthawk?
Oh, that's going to be fun in Mayhem.
Oh my God.
Titan coming with a shield. I might just have to start going Celestial Golden Gun in Mayhem.
No, right? Like, holy crap.
Get it.
Oh my God, because you'd be like Nighthawking all freaking day.
That's
Jesus.
Gross. That's gross. I'm sorry. I read that.
Like,
I saw that and was like, oh, Death is going to lose his mind.
I know, right? And everyone saw this next one coming, okay? Wormhusk Crown. Everyone saw this coming. I know I did. But it will no longer start regeneration of health and shields when you dodge. Instead, will grant a larger health and shield bump at the beginning of the dodge instead of at the end. You don't regen, you just get a chunk of health. Everyone saw this coming. And if you didn't, you're dumb. I'm sorry. It's true. I'm not really. We still love you, but come on. Everyone saw this coming.
Yeah. It was a little bit strong.
It was dumb.
Yeah.
Screw strong. It was dumb.
I didn't want to say that.
It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't impossible to work against. It was just dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Because all a hunter had to do was like go around a corner, and then he's guaranteed to get his health back. But if he just dodged, like 90% of the hunters just dodge in the open, you could actually still counter it because you tag him once with anything and regen stops. So I mean, there's that. But either way, it's not going to be as big of a problem. It's still going to be strong now because again, you're just going to like get health. So there's that. Yeah. Warlocks. They're increasing the healing rift effectiveness. Okay. Empowering rift now increases precision damage. And here's the thing, because they actually explained this. Previously, bonus damage was capped at the weapon's precision damage in PvP. So they had a cap that each weapon could do for precision damage. They're taking that away. So yes, Healing Rift will increase your headshots. Holy crap. Or Empowering Rift, should I say. That's going to make Empowering Rift viable. I don't care who you are. That's going to make that viable.
I mean, it is pretty...
it's going to make it strong, man.
Yeah. It's gonna. That's the better word for it. It's going to be everywhere, really.
I mean, seriously. I mean, it's actually going to be a choice. It's like, okay, do I actually want to like survive in this little huddle and like try and outplay everybody, or do I just, if I have that thumb skill to already like jump around and outplay people, do I help killing them a little faster? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a really cool like give and take choice now, or at least it seems like it. I mean, we could still be seeing Healing Rift everywhere. Who knows? And they see for exotic armor for warlocks, the Skull of Dire Ahamkara, they are increasing the super energy gained from Nova Bomb kills. Wow. And killing higher ranked enemies will grant more super energy. Nice.
Hey, I want to play a Warlock? That's basically what that breaks down to.
Transversive steps will give you enhanced mobility. Okay. I guess, or no, after you sprint for a short time, your currently equipped weapon will be automatically reloaded. That may not sound like a major thing. Until you consider the current effect of transversive steps, which I believe works to reload your energy weapon after you sprint for a short time. So that just becomes anything you're holding gets reloaded while you sprint, which is a pretty nice change. And here's a couple of changes I know you like practically nutted yourself over, Buster. Because here comes Titan.
Allegedly.
Allegedly nothing.
No, yeah, I did, totally.
Because, number one, Rally Barricade will no longer require players to take cover to reload. It now feeds ammo to your magazine over time. Which is nice. I'm going to skip over this one because it's going to be like a finale type thing anyway. But Mask of the Quiet One. Increased energy gain from incoming damage, and while critically wounded, health will be granted from kills, which is nice. Helm of Saint 14. Which is funny, because we talked about a change similar to this, and they just went the other way with it. But now grants allies an overshield for a short duration when they're passing through Ward of Dawn. Blessing of Light, or which one was it? Blessing?
Well, yeah, Blessing.
Because armor is what it has right now. So yeah, Blessing of Light. Anybody?
Yeah.
Or you actually? I mean, when we were talking about it, we were talking about giving it weapons. Instead, they just went blessings.
Now, would that would obviously stack for you as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just it's
for the wielder. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's just like hilarious that they actually gave that change, and that's like really really cool that they did that. Grenades. All right, I'm not going to do this like all of these entirely because guess what? Everything's getting a base damage increase, practically. I'm gonna say pretty. Oh, everything except for the only thing I don't see is the what you call it, thermite grenade for Titans. I don't see that, but I see everything else. Yeah, and everything else is pretty much... Okay, Scatter Grenade isn't getting a damage increase, but they are retuning the range and fall-off ranges for the detonations for more reliable damage, which is cool. I feel like they had to do that in D1 too. Let's see, Axion Bolts, they are increasing the amount of time it takes for tracking strengthen to lessen. Say hello to D1 Axion Bolts again.
Oh yeah.
Grapes that will chase you probably forever. Let's see. I'm trying to like read off some of the stuff where it's not just base damage increase. See, damage is now the same whether, or for sticky nades, damage will now be the same whether target has been stuck or simply walked over the grenade while detonating. That's fair. You actually kind of set it up like a trap that way. Mm-hmm. The magnetic grenade now detonates a second time only if it's attached to a target. The second wow. Don't even know what that word was. The second
detonation?
The second detonation no longer only occurs on the grenade itself and will now be applied to each individual target hit by the initial detonation. I can read, guys. Hooked on Phonics worked for me. Which sounds really cool, because that actually makes magnetic grenades pretty strong if you can just stick a person. It's like, well, regardless of which, they're going to get hit by that second blast. Which, chances are, will probably kill a lot of the times.
Got him.
Let's see here. We have miscellaneous quality of life. Swords will have the ability to accept shaders. Yay.
Good, I can cover up that quick bang. Change the look of it.
Let's see. Adding a timer to they are adding a timer to the status effect for Healing Rift, Empowering Rift, and Rally Barricade to communicate the time remaining before they expire. Nice.
That's cool.
Yes. Wanted escapees from the Prison of Elders will roam the open world. They will not drop rewards until September 4th. So basically, House of Wolves.
Yeah.
And did they do that for the Taken as well? Did we get like Taken enemies? No? I don't think so, because I think the whole thing was like, I can't remember. But I know they did it for House of Wolves, and they did it for Dark Below with the
Swords of Crota.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, and they are increasing the difficulty of lost sectors. Example, EDZ lost sectors will become 240 power. It's not a huge increase. Because I think right now they're like power 100 or something like that. Xur, his will is not his own, will no longer display a vendor icon on destination maps. Will no longer be tied to flashpoints. He has a clear purpose, but cannot explain it. Forgive him. Faded engrams will grant only pre-Forsaken exotics.
But will those come with the mods?
I mean, chances?
Possibly.
And they do mention all exotic armor drops can, but they don't mention weapons directly. So possibly. I mean, it might still be like I said, it might still be a source of like mods at the very least. But
I mean, if you got enough shards, it's worth a shot.
Yeah. I mean, I still have like 4,000 or 5,000 or something like that. Almost 5,000. Let's see, movie of the weeks. Very cool stuff. Because
movies.
There's a time lapse drawing of Cade 6, which is very cool. Let's see. Of course, Nightfall scoring stuff. Dado made it number 1. Finally. I mean, maybe it happened before, but I just didn't pay attention. But hey, there's a name.
I think it happened for a Tree of Possibilities.
Ah, okay.
Like 2 weeks ago, I believe.
I think that was he was number 2 there. Oh. I think. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Because my memory isn't the greatest. That's for sure. So that happened. That's it. Yeah. That seems to be it.
All right.
Except for the fact that they will be at PAX next week.
Well, yeah.
But that's the swap.
We had if I remember correctly, we had a nice little cinematic trailer of Cade doing what he does best.
That wasn't a trailer. That's apparently a spoiler.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm starting to avoid any videos right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that video is apparently exactly how it's going to happen, and I have not watched it.
Come here, Pete.
I've heard about it, but I have not watched it. Or I haven't heard about the details of it, should I say.
Yeah, same. I actually heard about it, and I just have yet to watch it. I don't have time. I'm sorry.
Like I said, I'm not gonna. We're too close now to be like. It's like I'm not gonna.
Yeah, after Bungie sent out the spoiler warning alert with Gamescom, I kind of have been zoning out.
Yeah. Because like I said, I normally try and go in pretty blind. I mean, I don't normally try and go in that blind, but we're this close. I mean, why not? Yeah. Like save at least something for myself. Because I'm definitely already going to be antsy, like playing that first mission. Like whenever, but because I never got that experience. Like because back when Taken King dropped, I watched like 3 people play through the first mission, and then that first mission was nothing. Kind of same thing with D2 and Homecoming. Actually, now that I think about it, because A, the beta, and then B, like I said, watching people play through it. So this might actually be like my first experience besides Actually, not even D1 because I played that beta like 62 blue million times. So yeah, there's like really, yeah, this will be the first time going into a first mission. Not even 100% blind, but more blind than I've been in a long time. Watch, somebody's gonna spoil it for me. Like just before it launches, like I'll like come across something that's just gonna utterly ruin it. So wait a minute. Have I like completely screwed up? I have. Holy crap! We actually, we skipped right to the TWAB, but then I just now realized, Drafty, we've never had you on before.
No, we never have.
How did that happen? I take that as a personal failure.
It could also just be scheduling, since I have my son every other weekend, so it's a little hard to spend 3 hours on a microphone when I got a 12-year-old running around.
That's true. That's true, and we certainly can. Also, shout out to Bads, who apparently like not really stabbed at us in a bad way, but stabbed at us the fact that we have a long podcast, because we do.
Yeah, that's why I was picking on brought up the quick bang, aiming at that at Ben Malone.
I don't know if you would say that's a bad thing. Some people
it's not. Yeah, I didn't take it as a bad thing. It was just, it was a situation and they were poking fun at it, and it's like, I mean, if that's the worst you can come at us with, the fact that we have a long podcast, I mean, maybe you can just, man up and go for some marathons.
Ooh.
I mean, just saying.
I mean,
still love you guys though.
Are you saying that we're the Iron Man triathlon of podcasts, of Destiny podcast does?
See, what I'm saying right here is we are the cream of the crop. There is nobody out there that can do what we do consistently every single week. Oh, yeah.
I can say that we have never, ever had a guest not say, hey, can we take a quick pee break? I'm about to pee my pants. So
something. Or had to bolt early or something. But yeah, every week. It's like anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours. Or 3.5.
We're the sparrow riding, wheeling dealing, kiss stealing, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time keeping these hardy steps on. So I took the that's right. Took the Ric Flair and made it Destiny. I forgot what the hardy boots were called.
So, Drafty.
Yep.
Back to you again, because first time guest apparently. We have, of course, the common questions. Where did you get the screen name? Inspiration. Where?
Oh, I do draft beer maintenance, and the 974 just happened to be my route number, so I was pulling a brain fart when I signed up for PSN and didn't realize I couldn't change it.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Fair. And you are something of a figure in Dads of Destiny, right?
Dad Tales.
Dad Tales, my bad. I got the... You see, I was going back through my old emails, and I had signed up for the Dads of Destiny, board, long time ago, so that was, the freshest Dads thing in my mind. I apologize, Dad's Tales. Yeah. It wasn't intentional. I had the right people in my head. The wrong words came out of my mouth, though. But yes, you were a fairly major figure in the Dad Tales, circles. Yeah?
A little bit.
Because you're, a thing? Or something or another?
Yeah, one of their clan admins on the PlayStation side.
Which is very cool.
When D2 dropped and they realized they were going to have to split because they were getting too big to have one clan for everybody, they tapped me and Hazel to be admins and started a PlayStation clan.
Hazel, that's right. It was you. Okay, I keep forgetting where I got Hazel from. Because I keep running across them on my friends list, and it's I know I've raided with them because the phrase "follow Hazel" always sticks out of my head. Because that was the phrase that Drafty would always tell me: "Follow Hazel." We're going through the underbelly. Follow Hazel. So that phrase always sticks in my head, but I tend to forget if it was like you or like someone I raided like with Dan with or something, or I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I've got a map that I can do it, but don't have it memorized to just run through it.
Same. So yeah, so that's, I mean, Drafty in a nutshell, I suppose. Cool guy, amazingly cool guy.
Yeah. Stay tuned at the end of the show.
Yeah,
you'll hear why.
But yeah, great.
I'm just me. I try not to be anything I'm not.
You didn't explicitly say no to me, so no me. Not saying no means yes. Not really. Yeah. That's not what I meant. Don't me to me.
Context, people. Context. Okay. Creepers, also, stay out of there because
also
context.
Remember who's speaking.
Yeah, it's in context. Buster doesn't always think when words come out. No, they just come out, and then it's like, oh wait.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment of someone who's been speaking to me for over 2 years.
And I love those moments too, because like half the time you're like, but it's like the other half's like, just roll with it, screw it, it's out there now. It's fine. It's whatever.
You told a story about a guy with frozen gummy bears. You pretty much can't go down from there.
It's true. It is very true. But yeah, Drafty. I don't know when did you start listening to us? I'm kind of curious. Was it near the beginning? Because you've been around for so long. I lose track of like when you people like have popped in and just like stayed as part of our like community.
I stumbled upon my first podcast probably about 1.5 years ago. I found Dad Tales, and then they would mention somebody on one of their podcasts, and I'd give them a listen and go back 1 or 2 episodes. So it's probably been 16 months or so.
Nice.
So would that be BB or AB? Before Biz or after Biz?
Probably before Biz.
Probably before, with Biz, right?
Yeah, during Biz, probably.
Yeah, it was probably near the end.
Yeah.
It was a stint.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But yeah, like I said, it's just so funny because I can't really remember times without certain community members, even though they're like technically newer. Like I think Gorilla Golf is technically a little newer. Maybe?
No, I think Gorilla Golf is A1 Day 1.
Okay. My bad then. Like I said, it gets confusing because it's like people like Drafty and Gorilla, I can't really think of times without them. So it just kind of becomes a blur in my head. It's like, yeah, sure, Drafty's been around since the beginning. Why not? Right? And which that may not be true.
Same with Burning.
Sometimes it feels like it.
I know, right? So yeah, that's... Like I said, I just tend to lose track of all you amazing people and think, yeah, why not just be here from the beginning? Screw it.
Just take the credit.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, so that's. I think the segment has basically run its course, and I'm trying not to like move on too fast.
So, Drafty, what do you mean, buddy?
Hunter.
Yeah, you're main. God. See? He's a man of good taste. Man of good taste.
I can do Titan. I prefer only to do Warlock for the milestones.
He's your junkyard? The Warlock's your junkyard?
Yeah. D1, I basically had a Warlock as a quick access vault. I've moved the gear that I use frequently into there with Ishtar and stuff so that I can find it.
That's funny.
And I had to dig through the vault to try to find what I wanted. It was all right there. Just go to my Warlock and move it over.
It's actually, yeah. A lot of people do that.
Is that Pete in the background? Like
that's Pete in the background. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, that's Pete.
That's fair. I just wanted to make sure real quick and like, because sometimes I try to like, if it's Pete noises, I try to like act like it doesn't exist, but it's like that sounds like a can.
Well, you see what happened was, we got him a toy, and apparently people like to recycle stuff and put them in dog toys, and it makes noise, and it's essentially a tin can inside of a wrapper, like a cloth wrapper, and he wants like if it makes noises, he's all for it. And he just ripped it open now already. Yep, it's open. Great.
Oh, that dog.
He's destruction incarnate is what he is. I love him. He's the cutest dog ever. People seem to enjoy hearing Pete stories. Gorilla Golf's like, my wife says we'll kidnap him. I'm like, no, you'll give him back. 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
You'll come back and be like, I'm sorry. Yeah, just here. Please take him back.
Yeah, take this thing. What? Why does he do this? Why? How is your dog allergic to outside? That kind of thing.
All right.
I had a dog that was allergic to wheat.
Wheat?
So you could not buy regular dog food.
Yeah.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Interesting, because I forget, like, other creatures and stuff can exist with allergies. Mm-hmm. It just seems like a human thing to me, considering I do suffer from allergies and such, like, a lot. Well, I have a lot of, like, allergies and crap. There's certain incense that cannot be burned around me because, oh my god, it's just awful. It's awful.
It's funny, his eye swells shut. Just one eye, not both. Just the one eye, so it looks like he has like a wonky, weird pirate eye. And I'm like,
Pete the pirate dog.
Pete the pirate, Petey. Pistol Pete.
In fact, I was thinking Peg Leg Pete. Wasn't that like a old, like, common stereotypical, like, pirate name for some point?
Yeah, I think it probably is the most stereotypical name for a pirate.
Like, basically for, especially, like, Merry Melody stuff.
Yeah, alliteration.
Yeah. Yeah, also, speaking of, like I said, not quite getting off the subject of Drafty, but it's actually Drafty that basically led to me having a raid group, like, consistently.
Yeah, we lost a member one night and invited you, and...
Yeah. And a couple of people were part of that, which have made mention they don't really want their names, like, spoken, used for quote-unquote content, but it's like, all right, whatever. But, yeah, then it's like...
You're talking about the putty tat?
Yeah. But, so that happened, thanks to this man.
I gotta give him credit. He's always like, Buster, all you gotta do, man, let me know, and I'll get you that second stage of the Legend of Acreus. Easy, like 2 hours of work, and I'm like, man. I would love to. 2
hours.
But that's 2 hours of me not getting anything done. I mean, sure, you get the Legends of Acreus, which is cool, but man, that's 2 hours.
Yeah, but that masterwork, though, like, oh my god. Actually, right up what that masterwork does, gives you 6 shots. Mm. It's like, you're freaking kidding me. Acreus with 6 rounds?
And that's just what, running the Castellum over and over again?
I mean,
it doesn't take. I don't think it takes that long to just do Castellum.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it can be. Because I think actually when Drafty helped me with Acreus, because yes, he did that as well. I think we did like a full run, and then I don't think we had to do any Castellums, because I think I actually popped in on like another partial run that either you or someone else was doing, and then finished it. I think, but I don't think we actually had to redo Castellum. I don't think. But again, my memory isn't the best.
I had a few concussions. That's what I say.
I mean, I did have one, which led to one of the best days of my high school life. Actually, it wasn't even high school. Actually, yeah, that was high school grade.
I think the closest I've come to concussions this past year, I passed out and whacked my head on tile.
That's no bueno. Mine was from a car accident.
Yeah.
When a 6'1" individual drives a very small Kia, and you get slammed a very specific way, and your head actually hits the very top of the window, of the driver's side window, where the glass stops and the door begins. So that's what happened there. Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It totaled that car. I had a concussion. Airbag burns, of course. Like I said, it was a very weird sensation because, of course, the cops wanted me to like sign some paperwork. So standing up, I was no problem for a while. Then as soon as it went for me to go and like sign the paperwork, I like almost passed out. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, wait, no, let me sit down. All right, okay, I'm feeling a little better. I'm gonna sign these things, and I'm just gonna keep sitting here for a few minutes.
I'm just gonna work some shit out.
Yeah. But like I said, it did lead to once I had an MRI and found out I had a concussion because something was not right. Because I actually did not get taken that day because I felt pretty okay. But like I said, something didn't feel right and found out, oh, you have a concussion. Here's some codeine, some this, that, and the other. And so I stayed out of school and was waking up every few hours to pop a pill and go right back to sleep.
Oh, that was when they decided that going to sleep was actually a good thing. When you have a concussion.
At that point in time, it was days. Like,
oh yeah, okay.
It was days after. It wasn't the day of. So
yeah,
that was.
All my concussions were if you go to sleep, you might die. That's what that's what they thought back then.
Yeah, it was like days after that they actually gave me like the pain meds and such. So and like the other stuff to like get it worked out or whatever. I don't even remember what else they prescribed me because there was a few things. All I remember is the codeine because it's like, that was so. Like I said, just a day where I could just sleep in was just amazing. That's like all day.
That's what most people remember, the codeine.
I know, right?
I've never been one for the pain pills.
I'm not anymore.
No, neither am I.
When I was 16, I put my arm through a window.
Yeah.
And after I got out of the hospital that night, went over to my cousin's, watched a movie. Came home towards the end when the anesthesia was wearing off, and took one then, and that was it.
Yeah, because I know on my second accident that happened like, what, about 2 years ago now? It's like a miracle I was even alive after that because I actually got T-boned like right on the driver's side door by someone speeding and running a red light. The only thing that really happened to me, I mean, the driver's side like window busted out. So I have a bunch of scars on my arm from that. But other than that, the worst thing that happened to me is I had bruised ribs.
Oof.
Which was freaking miraculous after I've looked at the car and was like,
yeah, I survived that.
It's like they hit me like almost dead on the driver's side door. But, so nothing major there, but of course bruised ribs. The painkillers I cared less about. I really didn't. They really weren't that great enough to really get rid of all the pain. But my God, the muscle relaxers. Oh, I'm a sucker for muscle relaxers.
Feels like you're made of Jell-O.
I know, right? It's like, just, That's actually what I missed from that entire ordeal. It wasn't even the painkillers, like I said. It was just these little muscle relax. But then work sucked for a while because that was when I was lifting rims and lifting 20-inch rims with bruised ribs.
Ouch.
Lifting anything with bruised ribs?
I got used to the smaller rims, but there was just no way I could have gotten used to the bigger ones. I mean, it was just... And that was the thing, because they actually, like, my supervisor at the time knew about the accident, of course, but because I didn't have anything massively wrong with me, they could only give me 2 days off from work. Because I didn't have anything broken or didn't need, like, you know, any kind of, like, surgery or anything. So it's like, we can only give you 2 days off. It's like...
Well, that's fair.
All right, I'll take it. I mean, I don't know, I like a couple extra days at least, but okay, fine. That's cool. That's fine. But as soon as I got back, like for a couple months, like every time we had to like do something super extraneous for like long periods of time, my supervisor would put me on the easier job, which was not lifting all the time, but rather like in intermittent bursts, which was about the best he could do. Considering I wasn't on any kind of like, actual like light labor or anything. But yeah, but still like lifting 20-inch rims with bruised ribs. God, and then I realized, that's when I realized, because I've never had rib problems before. So yeah, a couple years ago is when I realized like, wow, bruised ribs freaking suck. My God. It's awful. You can't like really breathe, and good Lord, God help you if you need to cough sneeze. It's the worst feeling ever. Ugh.
Yeah, anything with bruised ribs really sucks. It's just how it works.
Like I said, I was terrified to sneeze. I was like terrified of sneezing for like a couple months. Because it's like, oh God, I can't do anything about it. Here it comes. Oh my God, it's gonna, the pain. It's like watching a horror movie and they're just staring at the serial killer come at them, and you're just, there's nothing you can do. But anyhow, let's see.
Yeah, I've never had bruised ribs, but I did twist my ankle one Saturday night at the racetrack.
Yeah.
Pushing a sprint car and I was coming off the track on the four-wheeler a little bit too fast. And another one pulled out, and when I turned, his wheel dug in and rolled it.
Yeah.
And then, so Monday morning, delivering beer was not fun.
Yeah. Yeah, ankle stuff sucks too.
Are you allowed to say what beer company you work for?
I prefer not to.
Okay. That's
I
fair.
probably could,
Fair.
but...
That's fair. All we know is this man handles a lot of beer without drinking them. But I don't know. Let's see. Did we go ahead and drop the warning?
I mean,
I guess.
I guess.
I mean,
We can talk about some
Paladins,
spicy ramen.
time to go.
Well, time for Drafty to go.
That's how you get rid of Drafty. Okay. Now we know. I mean, we can talk about that spicy ramen, which led to nothing.
Oh yeah, the spicy ramen quest, which literally Bungie's like, hey, it's just a cool thing we did. Here.
Have you read the lore tab?
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did. It is funny. It's like Cade 6, not 7. It's like,
I love it.
it's funny. It's funny.
Huh?
I did like
how it's like a Cade, like Spade.
No, it's Cade, like Spade, with a C, and a 6, not 7.
7.
Yeah, that's I did like it. It was a cool little thing that they did to give like this little nod. It does fit Cade's goofiness right now, but I thought it was like the ad itself like seems fairly tasteful for it though. I mean, it's Cade. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I thought it was hilarious that people just have like this issue with it because again, Bungie was just like, you know what, it's just this one step, that's it, and people go off because people speculated too much on like what it could possibly lead to and mean. Bungie's just like, hey, it was just a cool thing that we decided to throw in there.
You know, we just wanted to, give a little credit. That's all. Is that cool? No.
So yeah, because I know it was like had a minor like not really stink attached to it, but something like that. But yeah, I completely forgot all about it, but I have it. I did do that. Probably like after I saw it on Twitter, I was like, "This is." I was like, "Spicy ramen." Wait, what?
Oh, cool.
Huh. I guess I'll go check that out tonight. Loaded up Destiny, like went into it. I was like, "Oh, okay." All right.
And also,
Yeah, I was hoping there was a little bit more, but not surprised that there isn't.
that's what Bungie does. You know, they give you, they like to be a little tongue in cheek, little fun. You know, it's what happens. It's fine. I thought it was cool. Nice little goodbye to Cade. So, I guess I guess Paladins warning.
Yeah, we can do this fairly quickly because 1.4 dropped. Yay! Finally,
We get to play Rim
Had some-
again.
essentially, boy, have I played a crap ton of it already. By a crap ton of it, there's essentially this reward path, like in the event, that gives you rewards based on how many goals you make. Which, yes, I'm a bit of a Paladins mark because I did buy the event bundle, so all my goals were doubled. But I already have like 38 like technical goals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet Jesus! Hang on. Let me fix that real quick.
$38 technical goals.
Well, they're relatively doubled, so
No.
kind of half that. There we go. My headphones are being a little weird and not wanting to put out sound
Oh, that's never
through my
good.
headphones. I know, right? Just wanting to randomly switch. There we go. To my laptop speakers. So that's fantastic.
Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. RNGCast.
But yeah, I've been playing the holy balls out of it. It is very fun. It is very Rift-esque. But also the entire like throwing mechanic, which at first I thought was like a cool passing thing, which can be, yes. But also works as goal shooting and really screwing up your enemies as well. Oh, sweet Jesus, why again? No, stop it. Okay. But yeah, like holding the ball, because when holding the ball, you can't shoot. So all of a sudden, you'll see an enemy looking at you, throw the ball at you, all of a sudden you have the ball.
Oh, so it's like a weird little.
Yeah, it's like a surprise thing. It's like, oh, here you are. You're shooting at me. Well, now you have the ball, and I'm shooting at you.
Mm.
Like surprise mentality type deal. Very cool tactic, though. But also, there's several times I've scored goals, technical goals. It's kind of key in a gate, and you're unlocking whatever. Anywho, where like people just get caught up in this huge like firefight scuffle, and it's like, well, I'm Koga, so I'm going to activate agility. Because even though you pick up the ball and can't use the skills,
If it's active,
you
it
still
works.
have, yeah, like something like agility where it just activates and works for a specific amount of time. You still get that bonus until it runs out. So we were like right there. We get caught up in this huge firefight, and it's like agility, pick this up, and just run straight to the goal. Fun stuff, though. Holy crap, it is fun. Amazing things. It's a very nice.
I've yet to play it. I will be playing it today.
I've been using it as like as long as I don't have to do anything specific for a daily. It has been done with Dragon's Call.
Nice.
Yes, I have 38, which is over halfway to the 60 goals, which is definitely a huge benefit to buy the bundle because that's how you get the thing to double your goal count. Which, yeah, like I said, high risk. Yeah, you got to shell out for events to get like the quote unquote best out of it.
Me.
It's a thing.
Now,
It's
Drafty,
definitely like the big warning.
Yep.
you don't play Paladins, or you've never played Paladins? There's a difference.
I've given it a couple tries, and I'm not anti-Paladins, but it's not my forte.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's fair. I've constantly thought like a few things, like at least for like competitive or something, like if they could at least allow us, if they could at least allow us to change like loadouts and talents in the middle of a match, that would be bueno.
Yeah.
But because I think that's like the one advantage that I found that Overwatch kind of has over Paladins is the fact that they allow, mid-match hero swapping, so you can actually change up your tactics and you can change things up, and possibly get a pretty decent win out of things by turning it around that way. That's something Paladins does not have, for sure. You're kind of stuck with what you got entirely. Like I said, I feel like if we could at least change talents and like kind of change our roll up a little bit in the middle of matches, that could really possibly help.
That's just a real small change, too.
Yeah.
Minor.
But yeah, with like the drasticness that some of these talents can change a character, though, I mean, it could end up being like the helpful thing. It's like maybe you're going into a match, you have two tanks, so you pick someone like Ruckus, who's great off tank and like flanking damage and stuff, but your other tank absolutely sucks. Well, your damage build Ruckus now has to hold the point. May not be great for that. But if you can change around the town a little bit and like change your loadout, then you can actually get in there and fill in that gap.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, that's a thing. Who knows if that's something they're even considering or on their radar or not, because, I mean, it's fair. But, like I said, that's just a thought that's popped into my head here recently. But yeah. That's about it. Like I said, new game mode, very small arena map, 4v4. Also, there are actually some champions that are outright disabled for Dragon's Call.
Really?
Yeah, like Grover, Talus, and somebody else are just outright disabled for it. You cannot pick them.
Grover, Talus. Why?
I don't know.
Like outright disabled, huh?
Yeah, they're just outright. You cannot choose them. I don't really understand why. Now, I wanted to say it wasn't the case in the PTS, so I think that's something that they picked up on in the PTS.
Yeah.
And, like, brought it over to the actual release. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. Like, Maeve is actually, like, super strong. Because regardless of whether she has the keystone or not, she always has a double jump. And again, Prowl is an active timer. So activate Prowl, pick up the thing, and she's like flying. It's funny. It's hilarious to see. But I think Drogoz may also be disabled, which he makes sense.
Yeah, he's air support.
Yeah, so I mean that can kind of make sense. Yeah, and Furia is like super strong. Oh my god.
She's
Like because of her stun or anybody with a stun can be like super strong. Because like the tactics I've seen so far in Dragon's Call is either get someone that's super mobile, like Koga or Maeve usually, to be able to get the keystone to the gate very quickly, or like one team that we almost lost to that had double front lines.
Oof.
So when one front line got burned down and dropped the key sphere, the other one just picked it up, and we couldn't kill him fast enough before he dropped it in. Which sucked. Because it's like, how do we fight this? Like, sure, we have a lot of damage, but we don't have enough. But yeah, those are basically like the mentalities. But like somebody like Furia, I mean, the fact that you can just outright stop them and stun them in place for at least a time can be super strong if played well.
Oh yeah, with her wave.
Yeah. And essentially, it's basically playing goalie, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, you get in the firefights, you track down the person with the keystone, you stun them, you kill them, and then you just back off, because Furia does not have mobility to carry that to the goal. But yeah, it's very interesting and very fun. I've had a lot of fun doing it so far. And I think I've actually won most of the matches I've been in. Let's see, one defeat, victory, defeat. And that's as far as my history will go. And that's actually wasn't even dragons. Because I started with playing Grok. Because of the damage change.
Oh, God. And the spirit within lets you heal now, right? With your primary fire? Ugh.
Yeah. So yeah, his damage is actually a little nuts now. It's actually really, really good. But yeah, then I started doing like just normal. So yeah, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 matches I lost. Wait, only 6? No, 7. Yeah, out of 7 matches I lost 3 of them.
Not too bad.
Yeah, like I said, I just had a lot of fun. I guess that does it for that.
That was the Paladins warning.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, we already went over the patch notes. Like I said, hands-on with Dragon's Call, super fun. Like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I actually also, since it is technically Paladins, yes, my video series isn't out yet again. I know, because I actually thought of a new idea. Not really a new idea, something to add to it that can help out, and something I didn't think about before. But while also being like a tutorial on how to use a champion, I kind of figured, why not add how to counter the champion? All right? Exactly. So the series is definitely going to be renamed The Looking Glass, because again, this is like the Dark Mirror segment. Get it? It's a Star Trek reference. Because Dark Mirror was like alternate universe evil people. I think. Pretty sure. Like every episode that had alternate universe evil, like Federation was like Dark Mirror. Like something or another, I think. So yeah, so it's going to teach you how to play the champion. It's going to tell you their weaknesses and how to kind of exploit them. So I don't know if it's going to be like a separate little video or like tagged onto the end, but that's definitely going to be like another aspect to the series as well. So I cover all things about a champion, like I said, the basic tutorial, but also how to fight against them.
And also what to be ready for if somebody decides to fight against you.
Exactly. That's true too. It's like you can kind of help out at least your average builds by knowing it's like, okay, this is weak, this is weak, this is what I shouldn't do. It's actually, yeah, so it's still like a tutorial to a degree. Yeah. So yeah, it's actually a good point. Which makes it even more important that I do this kind of crap. Which will add some time because again, I have to like write them out, like really go into like what their weaknesses even are and stuff like that. And so it's going to add a little bit of time. But overall, I really do feel it's going to up the general quality of what the series is offering. Which makes me kind of glad that I am restarting it. So I at least have some benefit there.
Yeah. I hate this toy. I hate it with all my heart. All my heart and soul. I hate this fucking thing.
I was about to say, okay, Drafty, you can come back.
Yeah. Coming back, Jeff.
We're done with Paladins. You can come back, sir.
I never left. I might have zoned out.
Let's see. Now we have some like revolutionary ideas, but of course, and I want to start with one that we actually kind of missed. Because I can't even like see where it is anymore, but it was something. I can't even remember who. I'm going to say it was Burning Wing though. Was it even in topics or was it in something else? That might be why I can't find it because it might have been somewhere else. Mm-hmm. But because I'm like, I'm one to say I was burning that asked like, what's our like perfect like man cave? Like, if or like the top 3 most important things for a man cave or something like that. I wish I could find this thing.
Oh, well, wait, was it design your perfect man cave? Money is no option. Is that
something like that?
Something along those lines. Top 3.
Exactly. Yeah, because it was like money is no option, but like your ideal things for a man cave.
I mean,
type deal.
How about we all go 1, 1, 1, and then 2, 2, 2, and then 3, 3, 3? You know,
screw that because I have like my perfect man cave.
Oh, do you really? Okay.
I do. Like if I ever build a house, this is going to be my man cave.
Rock on, go ahead, buddy.
It's going to be a basement.
Of course, has to be.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be a basement. Primarily because no windows, no outside light at whatsoever. I do not want this room touching the outside world. I mean, it's kind of literally a cave. I mean,
yeah, we can't really do that down here, but
I mean, yeah, that's true. In Florida, no bueno. But either way, it's like if it can't be a basement, then yeah, it's going to be at least a room with like no windows and no like things to worry about.
The light pollution.
Exactly. It's of course screens are going to be hugely important, like hugely important. Like this isn't just going to be where I'm playing video games, but literal man cave, which means there's going to be, since money is no object, there's going to be a humongous freaking TV screen on the wall for Netflix and YouTube and things. Sound system doesn't really matter too much. I've never been huge on them, but of course would be nice. But my important thing is screens. Screens. Have to be good screens. Such as with gaming. I do want a nice, fancy 1 millisecond gray to gray for each gaming console and gaming capability within the man cave. It's what I have now. Sort of. Because I don't have one console. But it is a 1 millisecond gray to gray BenQ monitor. It's important to me.
Yeah.
After I got this thing, it's like, holy balls, this is amazing. So yes, it's pretty much monitors, like a nice like L-shaped desk that's stuffed in a corner. Why? So that way I can have like a computer layout. I can have like multiple monitors for like every individual gaming system, including at least probably 2 monitors for actually the computer itself. Of course, after that is like the normal amenities, but another important thing is furniture. At least for the giant TV screen, Lazy Boy. It's going to be Lazy Boy. They've been doing comfortable furniture for like 50 or some odd years, at least.
Yeah.
Lazy Boy.
They do,
couch,
they do furniture
liners.
right.
Yeah. It's going to be Lazy Boy stuff. It's, so yeah, like monitors, Lazy Boy, nice big desk are basically my top 3 important things, because everything else is pretty much secondary, of course, other than location. Mm-hmm. Everything else is pretty much secondary, and that's my man cave. Like a place with no freaking outside light, monitors, super comfortable furniture that I could probably fall asleep in. And probably will, is what that probably was for, because I can do that easily anyway. So yeah, that's my ideal man cave.
Cool. Drafty, you got yours, or?
Actually, I'm not too far off of it right now. I've got a 5080 TV.
Nice.
Got my Xbox right next to my PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Got a gaming laptop on a desk. Got a gaming chair.
Nice.
Probably just maybe a couch with a fridge to keep some beer in, and
the mini fridge.
More space on the walls with less windows for posters and decoration.
Oh yeah, and bookshelves.
Yeah.
Bookshelves to keep the gaming crap, like games and like statuettes and crap. I forgot about that. Yeah.
No.
Also, considering you have most of that already, screw you, Drafty. God.
I would like to find a spot to hook up my old 20-inch cathode ray tube so that I can hook up my old NES and actually play Duck Hunt again.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that would be.
That's I have it. It's currently in a storage unit though.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice. Like get an old CRTV. Is it CRTV?
Yeah, cathode ray tube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
CRT TV. There we go. That's what I was missing. That extra T, which is hilarious because thanks to, like, considering because of like still the popularity of Smash Melee, like has a bunch of FGC people like carrying around CRT TVs to tournaments and crap because that's the only thing they could hook up to. But yeah, it's just funny. But yeah. Also, for those that don't know, old school light guns don't work on current gen TVs. They don't work on the LEDs.
The refresh rate is too high.
yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't click.
So that's why you need a CRT TV if you want to do old duck hunt, because it will not work. Like, no old light guns will work on, I think, LCD at the minimum. No, plasma. I don't even think it works on plasma too well, does it?
No, I don't think it works on plasma at all.
Yeah.
I think it refracts the light or something. Right?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah. But so yeah. So like I said, for those that don't know, it's like, why would you need a CRT TV? Well, to really enjoy that old game, unless they come out with, some. I'm surprised they haven't really. Of course, they had to have like put Duck Hunt back on like the Virtual Console or something for Wii at some point in time, considering.
Yeah, but I've tried some light gun type games with the Wii, and it's not the same.
No, it doesn't.
Trying to move it around, so much delay.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I agree. It's not this. It doesn't have that that classic feeling. You know what I mean? Like
No.
Like
Yeah. Yeah, there's something, especially something like the light gun shooters in arcades, like House of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that those guns had not only the flash, but that iconic like click and like pushback action on like exactly, like there was just that entire feel, which even though it didn't have like the full motion action, I mean, still the NES gun still had like a pretty loud click if I remember right.
Oh yeah,
at the very least. But yeah, that's my god.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah, there it is.
You can hear the ding, 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 ding.
Exactly.
That's the spring.
The loud spring resonating.
Yeah, and
you see, I couldn't even remember if that was the light gun noise, if I was confusing it with the in-game noise whenever you clicked it. But no, yeah, like that's definitely what I was remembering was the actual light gun itself making that.
And it actually has a nice trigger feel to it and everything.
Yeah. Oh, technology of days is long gone.
Yeah, in games like House of the Dead, the actual the back receiver pulled back too with every shot, which was really cool.
Yeah. Time Cops didn't have that, sadly, or Time Crisis. No, Time Crisis had it. Time Cops did not. I forget that was two different games.
So for my dream man cave, I actually have the bones built for it in my backyard. I have a standalone shed. It's kind of big. The previous tenant of this house decided to run electric back there, but he was not an electrician, so it kind of set on fire. So I got a lot of work to do. But as soon as I pulled the shelving down, because it had like tool shed shelving type of thing.
Yeah.
As soon as I pulled that out and everything, I'm going to get an electrician out there to run power and get a little heater, a little stand-up air conditioner type of thing. That way I'm not dying in the summer and freezing my dick off in the winter. I'm probably going to put a little screen out there. I'll bring my game systems out with me. I'm not going to leave it out there because it's outside away from my house. I don't trust people. I have trust issues. Yeah. I'm going to put shelves up for my pops. But my dream would be the downstairs basement, obviously. That's the man cave. Big screens, all my game systems there, all my classic game systems that I have. Yes, I still have a Sega Genesis. Stuff for my anime figures, my pops.
Yeah.
A mini fridge.
Oh, yeah.
And a Slurpee machine would be dope.
That's fair.
Just an icy machine. An icy machine in your basement would be the coolest thing ever.
I know, right?
So that's mine.
You're gonna have Baja Blast on Slurpee.
Yes. I mean, Taco Bell already has it, so I'm pretty sure you can buy the syrup somewhere.
I mean, maybe. Even if you have to grab someone that works for Taco Bell.
I mean,
Hey, why don't you order an extra pack of this, and I'll just slip you this.
I'm not above it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
All right. Let's see. I'm still like trying to, not massively, but kind of like trying to track down that question, make sure we maybe answered it properly. But if not, oh well, Brennan can correct us. And if not, we answered it satisfactorily, because like that's just my dream man cave, and it hasn't really changed too much. But yeah, I mean, that's just my. Let's see, we do have some newer ones. Not that one, because that's old. Not that one. Which is a very interesting question. In the form of an image. Let's see. Hulk, Goku, Superman, and Kratos have gone mad destroying the planet. Choose one villain from each genre to take them down. And these genres are Marvel, gaming, DC, and anime. Certain characters cannot be chosen, such as Galactus, Thanos, and Beerus.
So pretty much the obvious counters we're taking away.
Yeah, exactly. Even though I don't think Thanos is a guaranteed counter for the Hulk, but
No.
Well, depending on if it's Infinity Gauntlet or not, basically.
No.
I think that's what you really have to ban from that equation. It isn't just Thanos, but more as the Infinity Gauntlet itself.
Yeah. Man. Okay. Let me think here.
I mean, Superman has an obvious counter, though. Very obvious. At least depending upon, the continuity, I guess, would be Doomsday.
Yeah.
For my pick. Because Doomsday can't die the same way twice.
And he evolves.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of the obvious for Superman. Beyond, like, Lex Luthor. Because, I mean, come on. He has enough kryptonite and crap.
Brainiac. Would be
Brainiac. Brainiac would actually be a really good choice as well. Even though I don't think they've succeeded, but like I said, I think basically Doomsday. Like, considering we have to stick with villains, or else I'd say Batman, because, Anyway, but we have to stick to villains. For Kratos... Actually, I think that might have also been Rilla's choice. Yeah, Doomsday. I forgot all about that. Let's see, for Kratos... See, from gaming. It's like, I'm not sure if we need to stick in universe or not.
No, I don't think it does. I don't think it has to be in
this is gaming in general.
Yeah.
I would choose Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. Because that is a man that attained godlike power. I think would actually just fit.
I was going to say Sephiroth, but yeah, okay.
I mean, let's see. Anime for Goku? A villain? I could take Goku down. I mean, yeah, the obvious choice is Broly, which also is Gorilla Golf's choice, but a villain in all of gaming that can actually match Goku's OP-ness.
Sosuke Aizen.
Yeah, Aizen. Aizen would be a good choice. Screw with his head.
The fact that it's the perfect, the illusions, I figured that would work well for someone like Goku being, I'm super powerful. Yeah, but is it really you're attacking?
I know, right? I myself would probably go Broly. Drafty, your thoughts?
I have no idea on anime. And the only comic books I really know of are from movies.
It's fair. All right, it's a little... Okay. The hardest one, personally, I'm having an issue with is Hulk.
Keep Golden Gun him.
Yeah.
I mean, true. I would have to go... I guess I would just have to go with Gorilla Golf's choice of Dr. Doom.
I mean, is there someone who can calm emotions? Is there an emotion?
Oh, there's plenty of, like, empaths and such. In fact, there's a man called Empath that screws with people's emotions.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's possible, but at the same time, it's still like, I think it's a touch-based power, like most empathic people are. Exactly, that's the issue.
The problem.
Like, half of the empathic villains in Marvel are like some kind of touch or proximity base, which
is the issue in hand with Hulk.
Yeah. I would have to say that because Doctor Doom, as I found out, is pretty much like the Marvel villain with the longest rap sheet of actual superheroes like killed or defeated, and not just normal people.
Yeah, well, I mean, he does. Didn't he make the power cosmic or something like that?
Well, that was definitely one of the movies, but he actually did indeed like go back in time, rule the world, and then just waited the long way for his time to come back. Somehow or other.
Just waited.
Or was that... No, that might have been confusing that with Doctor Strange himself. Because Doctor Strange definitely waited. Of course, he was... Actually, it might have been Doom, too. God, I can't even remember like all of like Doom's insane feats. It's like alternate world, like ruling the planet. It's like, yeah, I'm done with this. Let's go back.
I'm bored.
I mean, it's like, what the balls? But yeah, basically, I mean, because Gorilla Golf's own choices are Doctor Doom, Doomsday, Broly, and Zeus. I don't know about Zeus, because, I mean, Kratos does kill him, so he did give him, like, a hard time in his own universe, but like I said, I'm going to go outside of universe and just have Kefka, like, Light of Judgment, everything, because Kefka.
Yeah, I mean...
Of course, actually, speaking of that, though, Lazarus did have an idea, at least for one of his choices, because Laz did give a few choices, but half of them were heroes, even though a lot of them would work, because, again, one of Superman's like biggest things would be Dr. Fate in his universe, because Superman is weak to magic.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. He actually does have an extra weakness to magical items other than kryptonite. But again, it's like not a lot of people can... It's not as debilitating as kryptonite. It just means you can actually hit him pretty hard. But he still is capable of hitting back harder, which is kind of that issue. Doctor Strange for Hulk, which... I can see that, but I think Hulk is capable of actually breaking out of the bands of Sidorak spell that Strange has. But I can't remember fully.
About maybe Juggernaut? No, Juggernaut has to move, which Hulk can stop him from moving. So yeah, that'd be a problem.
I mean, Juggernaut would probably be one of the closest, but and then he says Alucard for Goku, which I'm assuming that's Helsing.
Oh,
which
yeah. Ooh.
Can technically work because I think he's not entirely heroic. I think. I mean, he is like under the servitude of Miss Helsing.
Yeah, but it's sort of like a bound servitude.
Yeah, exactly. So, is he really a hero? But I do think he can mess Goku up for sure.
I mean, maybe anti-hero, sort of like how Venom is type of situation.
Yeah. Like I said, I definitely do think he can screw Goku up. I don't know about when. This is going to be a rough fight for Goku.
Have you seen Helsing, though? Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so...
to end.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least until Incognito. Like, I don't know if that was the actual end, but I saw, like, the fight with Incognito where he goes, like, all
full
black
release.
coat or whatever. Yeah. Or technically black coat. And then his choice for Kratos would be Albert Wesker, which, yes, is an amazing choice.
Yeah. That was one that popped in my head, too, but then I went right to Sephiroth, because I'm a Sephiroth fanboy.
So there's that. And also, apparently, something we were supposed to discuss from Burning Wing is there's apparently a rumored Xbox All-Access server which will offer a system, live gold, and a Game Pass for a flat monthly fee. So they just give you everything?
Yeah, I saw this. It's like $35 a month.
That's it?
And over 2 years, it ends up basically paying the same amount for gold and the One X and everything, it's really no discount.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it wouldn't be bad if you don't need $500-600 to drop down for a One X.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's really not a big savings.
I mean, for sure, but I mean, at least with like the gold and like the Game Pass, I mean, that at least gives you something like to play with it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not a huge variety, but I mean, it's something. You actually just need, like, all you need is that flat $35 a month, which you could probably cancel like any point in time, maybe, unless there's a contract involved with it. Yeah, kind of like some services like, oh yeah, for $10 a month you can do this, but if you cancel it before your first year, you got to pay this fee.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
and then you probably have to pay the remainder on the One X or send it back.
oh, I'm like send it back or pay the remainder for sure. Like that's yeah. I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, but if you got the money for the One X, I would say just do it individually because
Oh yeah.
gold is typically $60 a month or $60 a year, and I got it through Amazon for $40.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So, and then every once in a while, the Games Pass, they'll say $10 instead of $10 a month.
Yeah.
So if you play the sales, you can actually save more money.
Yeah.
But all in all, it's not a horrible bundle.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it could be something at least to get your feet wet, I guess. Like maybe you're on the fence and just want to, kind of like Gamefly, essentially. You just like kind of like want to quote unquote rent it to see like the big hubbub.
Yeah, because dropping 60 on a game that you might not like is kind of risky.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But yeah, like I said, it does sound interesting though. Not interesting enough for me to actually really get behind all that much, but it is interesting at the very least. Like it's something definitely out of like left field. Mm-hmm. Like I've asked, besides crossplay, what is the one thing you would add to PS4 that is not currently there? It would be bigger party size. Drafty, we're starting with you.
Crossplay.
Son of a. Buster?
Come on, it's obvious. Let me change my name.
Fair. I would probably also go with crossplay myself, just for everyone that actually just. I find it. I even said it in the chat, is the fact that I find it hilarious that people are getting on Sony's nuts about crossplay right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a fat baby's dick about.
No, well, I care. I love it. I love the idea of it. But everyone is only focusing on things like Fortnite and crap like that. Well, how about the fact that apparently, according to Square Enix representatives, the only reason that Final Fantasy XIV is not on the Switch or the Xbox One is because Microsoft and Nintendo aren't agreeing to their full cross-play feature. Because Final Fantasy XIV is a dedicated server, so they want people to be able to hop into the world and you're playing with PC or PlayStation people in this dedicated server world. Mm-hmm. And like I said, according to Square Enix, it's not on the other systems because they're not agreeing to their one condition, which is full crossplay. That Xbox users and Switch users, if it came to that, would be playing in the same pool as PS4 and PC users. And that's the only thing I've read is stopping it from happening. And apparently the director of 14 has had several meetings with Xbox and Switch and Nintendo to get this, and it has not happened yet. But no, nobody wants to talk about that one. Everyone's, Sony doesn't want to crossplay with Fortnite. Like, man, screw Fortnite.
Also, I just said the phrase "fat baby's dick" on the podcast.
But yeah, that's just my bit of I guess hilarity in the entire crossplay thing. Is people is only seeing the popular thing, but there is the other side to this coin that yes, like I said, Xbox is cross-playing the popular things that have a lot of publicity, but is it really to support crossplay or is it just to make themselves look better so they can increase their sales?
I mean, good luck. PlayStation beat the shit out of all the other systems.
Even if we can't get cross-play, I would just be happy with cross-save.
That would be cool. Like, legitimately, that is probably... If there was cross-save, I might actually, like, do, like, at least that service for Xbox, just, like, you know, see how active it is and such on that side and such. Mm-hmm. But that way I wouldn't have to start from scratch.
Yeah.
Because that is, like, the biggest thing for Destiny, like, why I wouldn't even consider getting it on another system, because working on your characters on one system is freaking enough, people. Sweet Jesus. And then you got crazy people like Drafty that's, like, all over the place.
Yeah. I've focused on 2, but I do have it on all 3.
Exactly. Good God.
You can't make me play that story again.
Actually, I think I'm going to get my Warlock through it next week. Because I'm interested in how the story goes with the weapon slotches.
That's true. I see these, like, where these, like, white and green weapons sit in the slot changes as well.
Yeah, and just run the... Because I think I just got to the farm on PC, and I just said, forget this.
Let's see, and then Gorilla Golf. We're all some fairly older gamers here. I don't know if you guys played Game Boy that much. If you did, what are your top 3 games? Top 3 games for the Game Boy.
I mean, you gotta say Pokemon, right? I mean,
a lot of people probably would.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really play Game Boy that much.
I played the holy balls out of it.
I'm about to say, I was an inside kid. I was an inside cat growing up.
Because when it came to the car trips and stuff?
Yeah, I had Game Gear. So,
oh, you poor soul. Those D-cell batteries.
Yeah.
I think Tetris was just an old classic favorite.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Let's see, I don't know. My top 3. My top 1 for sure... because, like I said, I was a traveling kid, so of course I had a Game Boy. I had the giant freaking magnifying glass with light, like that way I can see it in any situation, regardless of where it was. I had an AC adapter for the house, so that way if I was home and just decided to play a game I had on my Game Boy, it wouldn't go through my battery supply. But yeah, I was a Game Boy kid, and my favorite game for the Game Boy that I had was Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.
That's okay. I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah,
if it was Link's Awakening or Links to the Past.
And the game, probably when I was a kid, that game was the closest game I came to 100% completing like anything. I was like going after everything. I was only missing one seashell to get like the perfect Master Sword or whatever. And I kind of knew how to get it, but I just ended up never getting it. Because I never like remembered to try it out when I was playing through again. But yeah, so that was like my top 1 for sure. Pokemon for me didn't come until actually much later. Because I actually technically borrowed it from a kid I was like going to school with. But then he never asked for it back. So I was able to play Pokemon Red. But yeah, like I said, that was much later after, because I had like, I think I had like a Spider-Man game for my Game Boy. That was kind of meh. But of course it was Spider-Man. I had Mortal Kombat 2 for my Game Boy, which yes, I already knew was going to be awful, but was still like amazingly fun. Even though it was like even less than the freaking SNES ports, which, if you can imagine that, I mean, come on, Game Boy only had 2 buttons. Like, Mortal Kombat is like a 5-button fighter. Oh, God. I think I had the first Donkey Kong Country game for Game Boy as well. But yeah, definitely like the Donkey Kong Country and Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening are probably like in my top 2. Pokemon would probably bring up the rear because, like I said, it was later.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, it's like a little when Pokemon came out. I was a little older for the quote unquote kids game that was Pokemon. So it waited a little bit longer for me.
Then you
until I was
realize
like,
it has like a huge
it's actually
meta system.
Yeah, it's actually pretty decent, like RPG actually.
Yeah. Do we have any more, Des?
So apparently not a bunch of Game Boy players. Poser. I just love my Game Boy. Even though Gorilla never says his top 3 games for Game Boy. Come on, Gorilla. Where are you at on that? But that, as far as I'm aware, is it. Unless Drafty has some like topic or whatever for like the questionnaire section, so to speak.
What would be a decent anime for somebody starting off to not go over the top, but
Anime
to get your feet into anime?
yeah, what would be a good starting point to not be
Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is kind of anime for dummies. There's not a whole lot of character progression you have to worry about. There's some big flashy eye candy there for you. There's no real deep complex plots to worry about. Like I said, Dragon Ball is basically anime for dummies.
I'm going to ask this. What are some things you're into? Like
more guns and classic war. I watch more documentaries and stuff than reality show.
One thing to start with, but that might actually be interesting if you're into like guns and stuff. Trigun.
That's what I was going to say. Or Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. Cowboy Bebop and Trigun are actually 2 really cool ones to start with. And if you were a Power Rangers fan, the voice of Vash the Stampede is Johnny Young Bosch, the second Black Ranger.
Yep.
I was a little old when Power Rangers came out.
Well, screw you too, buddy. God.
I'm coming up on 40.
Oh, yeah, I forget you're older than me. Like one of the few people in our group that is actually like way older than me.
So when Power Rangers came out, I was already in middle school.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I'll always suggest Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good one.
And Bleach.
It's definitely like Bleach is a little complicated.
Wow, I mean,
it can be.
Yeah, it's pretty cut and dry though if you watch it from the beginning.
I mean, I'm just saying like there's a whole lot of different like there's like some backtracking like kind of twists type deal.
Yeah, that's true.
Like to a degree, but like I said, for into like things like gunplay and stuff, Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, even Hellsing.
Yeah.
If you enjoy like vampire flicks and like zombie flicks and stuff, because Hellsing kind of picks up on like literally it's the Hellsing Foundation, which basically fights vampires and monsters and stuff. So it's that, but anime.
I think I watched that movie. It was pretty interesting. One of my old roommates had the VHS or DVD. I don't even remember at the time. Been long enough.
Yeah, it about came out during that border that it could have been anywhere. Actually, I think.
Well, they have a remake. They did like how they did Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, there's another Hellsing?
It's just updated.
Oh, okay.
Still good though.
Of course, Full Metal Alchemist is actually another one that I would highly suggest. It is a very good series, but not really much about guns, but more so it's kind of like alternate universe, basically. And when I say I mean kind of literally.
Yeah.
It's not really a spoiler, but it's kind of a later plot point in the fact that the world that Full Metal Alchemist happens in is the fact of basically it's like instead of like Nazi Germany and like putting all of our mental power into nuclear weaponry and stuff and like atomic reactions, what if the science of alchemy was discovered, and that's what people like put their minds into.
Oh, Jesus. Pete.
And basically so yeah, that's like I said, the basics of Full Metal Alchemist.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds familiar. That Netflix one?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah. Brotherhood is definitely. I don't know about the original series. It's the difference between the original Full Metal Alchemist and holy crap, 143 in one. This cartridge is huge. My God.
Yeah, I'm tempted to get that.
I know, right?
The difference between Alchemist and
Brotherhood. Sorry.
Yeah.
Basically, in the original series, for Full Metal Alchemist, like halfway through the anime, it took like a huge left turn from the original manga. So the later half of the original series is just its own beast entirely, basically. What Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood did is they covered the strong plot points of basically what the first series got done right and kind of breezed over those, but then went pretty much more in line with the manga the last half of the series. Mm-hmm. So the way I've always thought of, like, the perfect way to watch Full Metal Alchemist is basically like, watch the first half of the original show and then pick up in the second half of Brotherhood, and it's like the perfect viewing experience. Because there are a few very touching like plot points that Brotherhood just kind of breezes over, and it's that happens very early.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Good, but thought about dipping my toes in anime, but I just didn't know where to start with.
I mean,
without being distracted because it's so too far over.
I mean, yeah, okay, Full Metal Alchemist is pretty far over, but like I said, it is interesting at least because it's, you know, alternate universe stuff with very interesting, basically motives and such. Yeah, Trigun's like very simple. I think it's a fairly short run of an anime, like might be a season or so. Maybe a little more. I'm not even sure exactly how many episodes Trigun is. Trigun episodes. And as soon as this slow computer can actually bring that up for me. List of Trigun median.
There's also Gungrave, which is a good one for gun heavy.
Okay, so yeah, the Trigun anime has 26 episodes. And that's like it. Because they did a sequel manga, but they never... I don't think it ever got the anime treatment. Sadly.
Also, didn't Sword Art Online have a gun? It wasn't the second season when they were in like the gun world?
I never got into Sword Art Online.
Okay.
And I probably never will, because it just seems like a bit of a copy of Dot Hack to me.
I mean, you're not wrong. I know one of them has a gun, is like gun based as opposed to sword based. So
like I said, I don't know for certain. Because yeah, I've heard it's like at least the first like couple seasons of Sword Art Online are good. But Dot Hack did a really good job with what they did, so it's like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. Then I do have like that special place in my heart because I was into Dot Hack as I was getting into MMOs, so it was kind of like that scary, oh my god, you can get sucked into the game world. Oh, I can relate to this type deal. So there's that.
That old thing. That old chestnut.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, Trigun is a very good one to start with because, like I said, it's small. 0.2 out there. It's pretty cool. Nothing too over the top because nobody has like these really super crazy type powers and stuff going on. Like, there's some flashy stuff, but nothing like Dragon Ball level of world-destroying things happening.
No. There's always... I really am not a fan of the super, like, gritty... You know, the super gritty, down-to-earth anime.
Yeah.
I like my anime crazy. Like me.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Trigun is definitely, like, in that, like, good border zone, though. Like I said, it basically emulates, like, a Western...
Yeah.
I mean, it is literally a Western, basically, anime. But,
I might have to watch an episode before I buy the whole series.
Yeah. I mean, the animation is a little old. But it's still good, you know.
Yeah, because I just got the Firefly and been watching that with my son.
Oh, yeah. Firefly's great. Yeah, so, yeah, if you like Westerns, then Okay, Pete. Cool, buddy. Way to be super destructive. I appreciate you, Chaos Incarnate.
Hey, that was kind of a funny story. Quick, I showed it to him and said, "You interested in watching it with me?" He goes, "No." Like, well, how about this? Watch one episode with me, and if you're not interested, then you don't have to watch anymore. And now we're about 6 episodes in.
Nice.
Yeah, Firefly is one of those shows.
I still have to start that. I know.
It's worth it.
I know. Oh, there was a recent Trigun movie, but it does not cover any of the sequel stuff, it seems like. I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know exactly where it's set. But yeah, that's kind of sad. But yeah.
Talking about that Badlands Rumble?
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know where it's set, like in the timeline and stuff. Oh, but it does have that issue of the anime actually based the manga, so instead of having filler, they just kind of diverged the story a bit from the manga. That makes sense.
That's why filler arcs happen in anime all the time.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people get to really despise filler. Like I said, for things, especially Naruto and Bleach, they have filler, and even Dragon Ball, they have those filler because basically they just didn't want to ruin any long-lasting elements or such.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, happened in Full Metal Alchemist. They just completely diverged, and then it became 2 different stories. I actually didn't know that the second half of the anime is actually kind of an adaptation of Trigun Maximum, which is the sequel. Which is completely different from Trigun Maximum, because things happen. Very differently. Very differently. But yeah, like I said, Trigun would definitely be where I would suggest to start. Because like I said, it's kind of flashy, but it's mainly like gunplay and stuff.
Yeah, there are
and it is quite a hilarious show as well.
I have to watch one and give it a shot.
It's not an awful. I think Trigun was also dubbed in the era that was just starting to do very accurate dubs, basically. Because the dub itself is super accurate to the translations. Well, maybe not super accurate, but very well for its time, at least.
Accurate enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't be super accurate in most cases, but yeah, Trigun was actually very accurate. More so than, because I mean, come on, it aired over in Japan in '98, so that's the time when Dragon Ball was getting. So yeah, 03, which was definitely, like I said, the time when Dragon Ball was starting to get accurate. Because it was taken over by Funimation and such. But yeah, so yeah, it came from the era of it was starting decent translation, so you don't have to worry about missed plot points or whatever. You might have to worry about jokes going over your head because there are some fairly Japanese-esque jokes in it as well that kept, which is a little weird, but yeah. God, I'm gonna have to rewatch Dragon now. Because actually, I really do like that show.
So, I went to go see a movie last night.
Oh no.
Yeah, I went. No, actually, it was. I enjoyed it. I went to go see the Happy Time Murders. The puppet movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. The Muppet spoof thing.
It was directed by Jim Henson's son.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God! This is the Henson legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
And I'll be honest with you, it was really good. If you go expecting a movie that you're like, oh, this is going to win an award, then you're probably going with the wrong expectations. But for what it is, I mean, it's basically Team America World Police. I mean, there's the scene,
I definitely got that vibe.
There's the Muppet sex where they, he erupts silly string. There's the Basic Instinct moment where the puppet uncrosses their legs and you get a full shot. it was just hilarious. It was funny. I mean, I laughed 7 times out loud. So, I mean, that means something. Also, can I just say, hey, directors of The Nun, why do you have to have such a jump scary ass trailer? Because I fall for the jump scares all the time because I am a jumpy dude.
Yeah.
We were in the theater, and I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen that. I'm sure you guys have seen that trailer with The Nun, where she's at the end. You know, the lead on the hallway. The nun's behind her. Then she turns around. There's the nun with no face, and then all of a sudden, from the side. Well, that happened, and I went, Jesus fucking Christ, loud in the theater, and yeah, every time I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for scares. But that's what I saw this week. Did you guys catch anything new?
I don't think so, actually.
Nothing really new. Like I said, I've just been working on the Firefly, playing Destiny.
And my wife's been watching a bunch of like murder mystery stuff on Netflix. Murderous affairs and things. She just grew with like these prison documentary series things. And some of them are pretty interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much like my watching. I'll play video games, I'll listen to what she's watching. Because it's all the same room. It's how I get away with playing video games and spending time with the family.
Yeah.
By being like 6 foot away from my wife as she's watching TV, and I get to play video games and like interact with her and stuff like that.
Nice.
Life hacks, people. Life hacks.
He's not lying.
Of course, it does make recording the podcast awful because, again, the microphone is in the middle of the literal living room. So that's when you hear things because living room.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, happens. But yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess that would.
I'm trying to think, but I don't think. Which is my problem. I don't think. Ha! Got him. Actually, I did listen to a friend of mine, one of my coworkers, who was like real heavily into like Jamaican music.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Jamaican music, but reggae. My God, why did I say Jamaican? It's reggae, dummy, idiot. Anywho, there was this cover done by a reggae band of Metallica's "Unforgiven," and it is like a super interesting and really well done cover because it's not 100% cover. They have different verses, but they keep with like the acoustic guitar rhythm of "Unforgiven," the like I said, the basic harmony, and of course the reggae music overlays with it, and the chorus is still the same as well. And like I said, it was just a very well done cover. They kind of made it their own, kept true to the song itself, which for me are like some of the best covers.
Okay. This is episode 118, correct?
This is 118.
118 with Drafty. Finally.
Drafty. Like I said, yeah, for some reason I thought we already had Drafty on.
Nope.
So it was like not going to be like this big deal when Drafty came on. And then, like I said, just in here recording, it's like, oh, wait. Didn't. Oh, oops. But it's very, very good to have you on, sir. Like I said, one of our many people. Like I said, we say if we have like just a handful of people still listening to us, like 5 people, you're definitely the 5 that I'd imagine would still be listening to us if everyone else leaves.
As long as you're recording, I'll be playing.
So yeah. And we appreciate that, and of course we appreciate you all, and please don't leave us. But yeah, like I said, that's just the 5 people I know when I make that comment, because who knows actually how many people have that same mentality. But you can always let us know how you feel about us. But Drafty, where can people find you, sir?
PlayStation, Xbox, Twitter, Drafty974.
That is the Drafty 974. Who all like was a great guy to help, and like usually has like at least two people, like cousins, brothers, or whatever, or like one or two people that can always like it within reach to help out with like random crap. Because I think I know what like, oh god, who all do I know? Because I know there's Miklo and
Miklo,
Stars
Woozy Chan,
and-
Strikes and Spares. They're all.
Yeah,
I got 3 cousins that play on
exactly.
PlayStation.
Jesus.
Like here's a cousin, here's my other cousin. Oh, this is another cousin. It's like Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, that is Drafty. I know a guy who can do this.
Yeah, Drafty is the guy that knows a guy. But yeah, like I said, but you can get in touch with us. You can actually let us know what you think, what you feel. You can speak with us very easily, of course, by getting into the Discord, which I'm like smashing all this up, which can be found, of course, at our Twitter at the RNGCast. And you can get in touch with me at DES_Raven on Twitter. Again, keep your eyes out on Death Switch Raven YouTube because things are happening. Things will be in the works. Like I said, 1.4 is out, so I can definitely like get some more numbers and some more details on some things that were changed because it was kind of dragging a little bit until the current date came out. But things are going to be moving again with that now that all information is available to me. And that is that.
Thanks for doing the show plug for me, Des. I was like, yes, finally, I don't have to do it. You can find me on Twitter at BusterKnuckle13. That's BusterKnuckle13. You can find me on PSN at BlisterLister113. Please, Sony, let me change it just one time. Just one time.
We'll pay $5 for it.
Yeah, I'll $5 for it. Fuck yeah.
I mean, come on. It's reasonable.
We have a Patreon, patreon.com/the RNGcast. I think maybe if we ever get time, Des and I should do a dedicated one whole Saturday evening to do a buttload of episodes for you guys. That way we have them in the can and we can release them. But that's, neither here nor there. This is episode...
It will happen eventually.
It will.
We swear it will happen. It's just, when cars aren't trying to kill us and, things happen.
Yeah, the tire almost exploded. I have the picture of the tire rod end.
Oh, God, yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, and, my car tried to kill me. But this is episode 118 of the RNG cast. We're Drafty, and we're out.
Later, man.
Catch y'all.
See you all next week.
Check your Discord DM. There's 2 codes for you. One for 25 and one for 10.
Dude, you didn't have to do that.
I know I didn't have to, but I did. Get over it.
Drafty, people, it's people like you that make the Destiny community fucking amazing and make Des and I enjoy doing this. Oh yeah, by the way, Des, I had to drop $3,000 on my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Drafty is...
Oh, did Drafty just get you Forsaken?
Yeah. Fucking
basically.
I love you, Drafty. I do.
Guy, you amazing human being.
God, I want to...
It'll get you started at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the pass, but it'll get you started.
Yeah. God damn it.
Well, he can work on the pass.
Yeah. I
don't
care about
somebody
the
else
pass.
could. But yeah.
I don't care about the pass.
I mean, that's later anyway.
Yeah. I could piecemeal it, dude. You're fucking incredible.
Yeah, you're... Oh.
Sound check complete. I might put this in at the end of the show just so people can hear how dope and amazing you are.
You don't got to do that.
I'm gonna.
Unless you expressly say no, he's gonna.
Yeah. You have to tell me no. You have to tell me
that's how
no,
this
don't
works.
do that. It's sort of like a suggestion, or is that a hard no? Because I kind of need to know where you sit on that.
Oh, I did it to do it and not for the praise, so to speak.
No.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you put it in, you put it in. If you don't, you don't. Just know I didn't do it for that.
Oh.
Yeah,
No.
That's fair, but he's definitely putting it in.
I'm definitely putting it in, yeah. Just want to let you know that.